Hi everybody, this is Samantha with the DevOps Library. We're glad you found yourself here. We're back from our small hiatus of celebrating the holidays, and we're so excited to offer you our first ever full course on SaltStack. Over the next several weeks, we're going to cover pretty much everything related to Salt. In today's episode, we're going to focus on laying down the foundation for the course. By the end of this lesson, we'll have a Salt Master running as well as our first minion. Don't worry though, we're going to cover a ton in this course, from grains to pillars to formulas to even using Reactor to trigger things automatically. Yes, you're right, there's a lot of terminology to learn, but trust me, it's going to be much easier than it sounds. If you're new to configuration management, please watch this course or one like it, as it's one of the most important things you'll learn in tech. We're not just talking about SaltStack specifically, but the concepts behind configuration management and infrastructure as code won't just make your life easier, it'll also make a huge positive impact on your career as well. If you do have previous experience, whether it's in Puppet, Chef, or even Ansible, there's a lot to love about SaltStack. We made this course for both audiences, so don't worry about missing something if we compare Salt to something else. We just want to provide as much information to you as possible. All right, we're ready now. Let's get started and set up our Salt Master. Don't worry, it's super easy to set up, and it serves roughly the same purpose as a Chef server or Puppet Master. One big difference, though, is that by default, Salt uses a push-based configuration model, while Puppet and Chef are almost always set up to be pull-based. In other words, with Salt, when a configuration or command needs to run on a group of minions, the master uses 0MQ to reach out and tell all of the minions what to do, whereas in Puppet and Chef land, the setup is reversed, with the agents requesting a config every half hour or so. But don't get hung up on it, as we can always set up a pull-based model later on with Salt if we'd like. Overall, it really just comes down to preference. Okay, but enough about that. Let's get back to setting up our Salt Master. First, we'll start out by spinning up a brand new Ubuntu instance on Amazon's AWS. If you'd rather use Red Hat or CentOS, feel free to do so, as everything aside from the initial steps in this episode should be nearly identical when it comes to Salt. When you're setting up the server, make sure that you set its hostname to Salt, as our future minions will be expecting to find the master at that hostname. Since we're using AWS, we're going to automatically set the hostname by using a short little cloud init script. Let's go ahead and type it in now. #cloud-config hostname : salt fqdn : salt.devopslibrary.com manage_etc_hosts : true. All right, let's launch the server. Once it comes up, go ahead and SSH into it. First, let's begin by importing the SaltStack repository key. But be warned, it's a lot to type. All right, let's go ahead and run www.saltstack-amd64/amd64/latest/key.pub pipe sudo apt-key add dash. Whew, okay, that was rough. Next, we need to add the SaltStack repository to the apt-get sources list. Edit /etc/apt/sources.list. At the bottom of the file, type deb http://repo.saltstack.com/apt/ubuntu/14.04/amd64/latest trusty main. Perfect. All right, go ahead and close the file and run apt-get update. Believe it or not, the hardest part is out of the way. After that finishes updating, we only have a few steps left. Great job so far. Alright, there we go. Now we can move on to installing Salt. Let's go ahead and run apt get install salt master salt minion. Now you may be wondering, why are we also installing the minion service on our master? Well, for two reasons. First, we'll be able to easily add our first minion right after the installation completes. And secondly, because it's a great practice to manage everything with the Salt Master, and that includes itself. Alright, it looks like the services finally finished installing. Since we're using Ubuntu, they'll both start up automatically. But if you're using Red Hat or CentOS, just remember to enable and start both services. Alright, we now just have one step left. Because Salt uses key-based authentication between the master and minions, we'll have to approve the public key of each minion on the master before it can control them. Because our master is technically a minion as well, we do need to accept its key. To do so, first run salt key. You should see the unaccepted key of our master. If you don't see it yet, just wait a minute or two for the Salt Minion service to finish running and rerun salt key. Now to actually accept the key, go ahead and type salt key dash lowercase a, followed by the name of the minion. If later on you end up having a ton of minions and want to accept all of them at once, you can always run salt key dash capital A to approve all unaccepted keys. Alright friends, let's run salt key one more time. You should now see our server listed under accepted keys. Perfect, that's really all it is. Our Salt Master is now completely set up and we're ready to go for the rest of the course. If you'd like to test Salt out, go ahead and run salt, followed by a star in single quotes, cmd.run, followed by a command in single quotes. We'll use ifconfig. Boom! You just ran ifconfig on every single Salt minion, which right now in our case is just the master. But trust me, we're going to do some awesome stuff in the next few lessons. As always, thank you so much for watching and thank you for your patience in us getting this video to you. If you do love our videos, please consider supporting us on Patreon. We do provide all of our videos to you for free, but every little bit does help us so much. Thank you again, and we'll see you soon.